You're a master wholesaler, you're an expert real estate investor, your family has been involved in how many transactions?
Over 5,000.
5,000 real estate transactions. They run one of the largest turnkey real estate businesses in the entire country.
Yeah.
And you're in town right now because you're launching something super badass, super new called KRIBBZ.
Correct.
That I want to talk about because we are actually feeding properties into KRIBBZ right now.
Yeah, one of the
and
first users. Yeah.
I just got word that we sold our first property through KRIBBZ today, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So yeah, welcome.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm really excited to be here. Glad that we could make this happen.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, back again, and we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Kent Clothier at Clever Investor Headquarters. All right, so you started real estate when?
January 2003.
All right, and you started off as a wholesaler?
Wholesaler.
All right, and so
in Broward County, Florida.
Okay, and your strategy was like your grocery business back in the day.
Right.
He approached it completely different, and you're kind of known for this strategy.
Yeah. When I started in the business, I wholesaled just like everybody else. Basically going off and finding a property and then, waving it in front of enough buyers and hoping somebody wanted to buy what I had just put under contract. And as you said, I had a lot of success in a prior business doing a strategy called reverse wholesaling, where it's really simple, just starting with the end in mind, going off and talking to all the buyers and figuring out exactly what they want. And then rather than go waste effort, just go put stuff under contract that I know I got a really good shot at somebody selling or somebody buying from me on the other side. And so, yeah, when I started doing that, the business just completely took off, right? Hundreds of deals a year at that point.
Yeah, so now your wholesaling business has exploded. And what was like one of your favorite lead gen strategies to finding wholesale deals?
Well, when I started, my favorite was actually door hangers, believe it or not, right? I would go find the most that I would look at as the most distressed seller that we could kind of deduct based off a lot of information. And door hangers, yellow Post-it notes on the doors. I mean, it was shocking, those guerrilla tactics back then, how that worked.
Yeah.
Now it's, hands down, my favorite is still direct mail, because as it comes in vogue and then moves out. But the beauty of direct mail is that if you are just very consistent with it, it just lives in perpetuity. It will just always work over time.
Yeah, what I love about direct mail is it's got like that hockey stick return effect.
Yep.
It's like in the beginning kind of sucks and you're freaking out because you're like, I'm not getting any calls.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, like the 6th, 7th, 8th mailer,
takes
that
off.
touch point, it just starts taking off and then the returns really go up.
Yeah, and the beauty of direct mail, I mean, you hit on a really good point, is because almost, I would argue, I don't have any real data, but we have enough customers and enough people that we educate there. I would bet you 95% of people give up after the first 2 or 3 mailings. That hockey stick, people stop right here. They get scared, they bail out. So then basically a lot of that effect, especially in our industry, is there's nobody left.
And you're a data guy.
Yeah.
Right, you've later on. I'll fast forward this conversation. Like he got into education, and you have some awesome software and some cool data.
Yeah.
But as a data guy, you're pinpointing your direct mail now with super efficiency.
Yep.
By being able to translate
when I say direct mail, I'm not talking about going and blanking in a zip code. I'm talking about we know exactly who the most distressed, most likely prospect is in any neighborhood in the United States, and we are relentless on trying to get in front of them, and we treat them like gold and trying to solve their problems. So that approach is very different than a lot of people, which is just let me mail everybody, let me mail every absentee owner, let me mail whatever the case may be. We layer data and get it really, really refined. I would much rather mail 1,000 people 9 times with a really high-end marketing piece than go mail 90,000 people with a 25% postcard once.
Yep.
All day long.
That's super targeting is how people are getting to the best deals first right now. And we'll actually put a link up here to an example of in another video where I actually show you how we're data mapping and data layering.
Amen, baby.
So that way you can see kind of what we're talking about. All right, and so just to kind of fast forward, now you're at this place where you're thinking huge. Right now, you're solving another problem in the marketplace, which I love, and that's with KRIBBZ. All right, how do you spell KRIBBZ?
KRIBBZ.
All right, KRIBBZ. And the whole concept of KRIBBZ is you're basically going to be an online marketplace.
That's it.
Okay, to be able to sell wholesale deals to cash buyers.
Well, not even wholesale. You can basically, the concept here is that you have two parties of a transaction that do not play nice and don't talk to each other. There's no efficient way to bring them together. You have sellers, direct sellers, agents, and wholesalers. But just let's talk about the direct seller for a second. You have a home seller that they only believe the way to sell their house is to go get an agent. Average property takes 78 days to sell. They got to make extra payments. A lot of them can't afford to fix it up. All the things we know. And then, they go sell their property for $200,000, and then before they know it, well, we had to discount it 10%. We got to pay 6% commission. They walk away, or at least they get to a gross number of 160, 170 grand, and now you got to go pay off the debt. And so the real estate transaction from that perspective is extremely bloated. It's archaic, it's old, it's unnecessary in today's age for a transaction to be that way, for the services that are provided. So that's one side. The other side is, as you and I clearly know, there are cash buyers now make up 35% of the real estate industry. 35% of all transactions, that's $162 billion a year. That people paying cash for deals. They have a voracious appetite. They want the inventory. And I'm not just talking about the iBuyers or the institutions. I'm talking about guys like you and me, right? And even smaller. That they want the inventory. They want to be able to transact, and they are spending an enormous amount of money to market directly to sellers to get the transactions. It's an expensive proposition for them. And there's a huge capital outlay only for now in order to realize a profit. They have to go and run up and down the street and meet with sellers and go do all this stuff just to get the return on investment. And so we made it really simple. Sellers, if you want to get a cash offer on your property in 24 hours, it's very simple. You load it up on here, and in a matter of 24 hours, we will have you hundreds of cash buyers looking at your property, all based off data. They will make offers. They are bidding against each other in this bidding platform, and then we will present the top 3 offers to you. And you can decide. You can reject them, you can counter them, or you can accept them. You can interact with 3 cash buyers all at the exact time. Very much like a Kayak or a Trivago. You can see all the airlines, same kind of concept.
But what I love about it is, because when you first told me, I'm like, oh man, for dispositions, this is great. Like if I don't have a current cash buyers list, or I want to be a lazy wholesaler and I just want to stick it in the system.
Done.
Have you do the marketing, have you basically serve them up to the cash buyers. You show up with a couple offers for me. I pick which one I want, and it doesn't cost me anything.
Zero.
To put the properties into
you have no
the system. I love that. I mean, there's literally zero risk, no commitment, and zero cost. And then the cash buyers will pay on top of it.
Yeah, the cash buyers who are accustomed to paying for marketing are looking at it as their best tool as well, because they're like, wait a minute, you'll bring me the deals and then I can bid, and the only time I'm actually charged is when it's performance-based, is when the seller accepts my offer, and then you're only going to charge me half of what I would normally have to pay. You're going to charge me $3,000, $3,500, and I'm normally paying $5,000 to $7,000 to create a deal.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer for both parties. And so, yeah, we spent a lot of time working on it and invested millions of dollars, and we're really, really excited because we think it's going to change the game for everybody.
All right, so now we're going to do rapid fire. I'm going to pull out the educator Kent for a minute.
Okay.
All right, you're talking to a brand new investor. They're sitting in front of you. All right, what's the best advice that you would give them that they should focus on?
Focus 80% of your attention on building a cash buyer's list. Nurture that relationship. You will never have an inventory problem that money can't solve. If you have cash buyers that are willing to invest $500,000 and buy houses from you in the next 30 days, and you can validate that, and you have 5 of them, well then you are collectively going off and speaking starting today for $2.5 million cash. I promise you, if you wave $2.5 million, that little carrot in front of enough people in your market, they will bring you inventory. That solves the problem all day long.
All right, so let's talk about your daily habits real fast.
Okay.
All right. Are you somebody who's naturally motivated, or are you somebody that, do you listen to podcasts, listen to motivational videos on YouTube?
I'm
because you're playing the game at a very high level. So how do you keep that enthusiasm?
I read a lot. I mean, I think I'm a pretty voracious reader. I probably read a book every 10 days. And my commute to my office is 500 yards, so I don't have time to listen to a podcast or listen to a book. So I like to sit down in the morning when I get up. I get up early, and I like to read. I like to meditate for a little time, just take some me time, go to the gym, like to walk my daughter to school, like to drive my other daughter to school. Listen, I'm a lot older than most of the guys that have been in this, and I've been very, very fortunate.
By the way, you look great for 80.
Yeah, I feel like I'm holding it together. I was really, really fortunate in that I built a really successful business at a very young age and lost it. So when I was 30, I got effectively not run out, but I walked out of my own $1.8 billion company that I'd helped build. And that was a hard lesson for me. So the next chapters of my life, I've learned to really appreciate and stay highly motivated because I'm extremely grateful. I know what it's like to be at the highest levels, and I know what it's like to be all the way down and to take that fall down. I know what it's like to start here and go here and come all the way back down and get back on top. And so I don't have to be inspired or motivated. I'm kind of naturally there because, man, this is a gift, baby. Every day is a gift. I live an amazing life that is very intentional.
Well, one of the things I love most about you is you're an open book, man. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this that, Kent was a major catalyst in my real estate business on the education side of things because I called you up one day. We were just getting to know each other. There was no reason for you to do it. Technically, I'm a competitor, right, in the education space. And I called Kent up and I said, hey, man, I see that you're running Facebook ads. And Facebook was just, the ad thing was just starting. And you were the first guy to really jump in and start spending money on Facebook ads at a significant level in our industry. And I'm like, hey, can you show me kind of what you're doing? And within a half an hour, I'm on a Zoom call thing with you where you're allowing me to record the screen and you're in your Facebook ads panel showing me step by step.
I remember very well.
Oh, and then you're like, oh, and here's what I'm targeting and here's what I'm doing and here's the data and here's this. And I'm like, I was literally doing cartwheels behind this camera because I was like, yes, this is the key to me figuring this thing out. And you did that just, because you're a good dude and you serve like that.
Well, I definitely think that,
you show up.
Yeah,
when people need you, you show up.
To do, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I say this a lot. That's nothing. That's just doing the right thing, right? I could have not done it, but at the end of the day, I have an abundance mentality. What's even alarming about that, the fact that you and I've talked about that so many times, is that it seems extraordinary because we have been so watered down to believe that mediocrity is the norm. Dude, it's just the right thing to do. This is what good guys that are trying to do something. That's what you do. It's what you're supposed to do.
And I still tell everybody that I go into a room with, I'm like, thank God for Kent Clothier showing me that one day.
I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me.
All right, so guys, listen, click the links down below if you want to get involved with KRIBBZ. I'm telling you right now, if you're wholesaling houses, what's cool about it is it's so user-friendly from a wholesaler's perspective. We uploaded a property to it. Next thing you know, they're looking at all our inventory and getting all our inventory in there. It was all happening so fast. You got a great team behind you. The customer support is on point. We already sold our first house. I just found that out today, so I'm super excited about that. You're my new favorite dispo weapon out there, just to because I just want to turn a burn. You know what I mean? I want to scale. Totally. I want to scale my wholesaling business to over 50 plus deals a month. Right. And the fastest way to do that is to have a strategic partner like this and just slam those properties in there. So check that out. Smash that freaking like button because you're a nice guy too, and you show up to serve. That's why you're gonna do it. You're gonna hook us up if you got something from this. That's all I got. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for having me.
Come back anytime. Peace. Until next time, I'm Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, here with
Kent Clothier.
Sign it up for now.
See ya.
Take care. Comb your hair, and we're out.